It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go!
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Well, glad to see everybody again. Been a long time. I don't even know where to start, really, but I mean, we had a decent car all night. It was, you know, not probably one of the best cars, but it was close. You know, it was a contender, and that's all we needed, was just one that we could go out there and race everybody with and try to make gains on. And you know, the 99 came up through there, and he was really good, as he's always been on these mile-and-a-halfs this year for some reason. And you know, the 48 was strong there. He fell back in the middle stages of the race, but we were able to get up front there and led a lot of laps there towards the end of the race. And then on that second to last restart, I think, is where Jimmy got by me. I don't know. I just got a little slow into turn 1 or whatever, and he got a run on me and got right up to my rear bumper in turn 3, got me a little loose, and then you know, got by me there, and pretty much given up by that point. Figured he had to race one, but you know, another caution came out, and we were able to rebunch up for that final restart, and got a great restart on his rear bumper, and pulled to his outside through 1 and 2, figuring that he was going to protect the bottom as he did down the front stretch. And you know, I had some momentum and got to his outside there, and then drove off into turn 3 and was able to complete the pass through 4. So made it to the finish line first, and it's just an unbelievable year, and something to be really proud of, and really fortunate to be involved with everything and have all these guys on my side with Joe Gibbs and JD and Steve and everybody. So I mean, it's just unbelievable, but you know, you cherish them when you can get them, and definitely this year's one to cherish.
We're also joined by tonight's winning crew chief, Steve Addington. Steve, tell us a bit about tonight's strategy.
Turn it over to him. I mean, the cars right now with our package is just we're on a knife edge. We can make little adjustments and get way out of the racetrack and everything, and we just tried to get back to where we were at the start of the race, and finally got closer there, and just 48 and the 99, those guys, they were better than us, you know, on certain runs. So we got some work to do, but that last restart was awesome. He did a heck of a job there, and that was really cool. And I'd like to thank Jeff Dickerson for getting on to him a little bit and get him going. So that was pretty cool.
We'll now open it up to questions from media. Again, as courtesy, state your name and affiliation. We'll start with Don here. I got the rest of you. Just raise your hands again.
This is Don Coble with Morris Newspapers. Two things. What did Jeff have? I mean, I can't imagine anybody having to do anything to get you motivated. And also the fact that you have such a big lead in the points and the wins, does that allow you to make such a bonsai run there and just say, you know, we can take a chance and go harder here?
Well, I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot of motivation for me to get going. I mean, I'm always going as hard as I can, and was going to probably do what I did anyway, but Dickerson gave one whale of a speech. He pretty much said, you ain't got a hair on your ass if you don't go to the outside and pass this guy. So I did what I could and tried to make his words work, and obviously they worked out for us. And so, you know, yeah, I mean, leading the points, it definitely has its advantages, and being able to go out there and make a bonsai move like that. But you know, even if I did slip up or something like that, I mean, the worst we probably would have ended up is, you know, 4th or 5th or something, having to catch the car. You know, hopefully not wrecking it, but just getting loose or something like that. But, you know, great car to go to the outside with and get a run like that.
All right, we've got David Poole, David Coleman, Bob Parkers.
David Poole, Star Reserve. Kyle, when you come to a restart like that, and you were the leader last week, and you were controlling the guys behind you with that, you guys slow down and all that stuff, but you guys know that we don't know about.
Right.
Having been in that position last week and doing it the opposite way, now you're in the opposite position. Can you just take us through the mindset that you said you knew he was going to drag you down slow, and you just basically pushed him out of the way? And
yeah, I mean, I figured he was gonna bring us down. You know, normally when a guy is back from you a little bit, and then they start kind of closing in on you, and then they get right to your rear bumper, they got to lift and kind of check out of it, and they kind of ruin their momentum, and then you go, and then they sit there and spin their tires, you know. So I mean, once I made my own bed there, you know, gaining on him like I did, and then he was watching his mirror, and as soon as I touched his rear bumper there, I just laid in the gas. And whether he was going to go or wasn't going to go, it was going to be a whale of a restart and pretty exciting. So we, he went, and I was right there on his rear bumper, and unfortunately that was our race-winning move. I mean, just being able to stay with him on that restart, not spin my tires, and get to his outside through 1 and 2. So, with that old car, you couldn't have done that. You couldn't have gotten on the guy like that, because it would have just spun him out, because the noses and the tails don't really meet up. But, with this car, it worked out.
Dave Coleman, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. For either of you guys, coming into this situation, new driver crew chief combination, new engine situation, what could you really realistically have imagined anything like what this season is turning out to be?
No, not at all. I mean, we knew we were getting a great driver. I felt really strong about our race team, the 18 car, and really strong about the organization as a whole, just from top to bottom, from top management down to, fab shop, engine shop, and, engineering and everything else. I felt like that we were putting good race cars out there, and we were missing, part of the puzzle, and never dreamed it would be like this. I felt like we could go contend for wins week in and week out with getting Kyle over there, but never winning 7 races already, that's just crazy. It's awesome. It's a dream season for everybody on this 18 car.
Same thing. I mean, just to not really know what to expect coming into the deal, and knowing they've had great equipment for years, with Tony and Denny both making the chase for the past 2 or 3 consecutive years, whatever it's been, and just getting into the stuff and trying to make a home here, and getting used to Steve and getting used to their way about going things, with setting up cars and with changes and with what we're looking towards, and with this new car, not really knowing what to expect on the super speedways and the intermediate tracks and stuff. So, just getting used to everything was going to be weird, but it's all kind of fallen into place. And fortunately, this year has been this year, and if there's not ever one like it again, it's definitely something that we've got to cherish now.
Let's go to Bob.
Bob Hawkers, NASCAR scene. Kyle, you told your team over the radio that Jimmy Johnson doesn't lose these types of races, but you seem to lose them or can't win them. Are you still thinking back to last year or past years or nationwide races? I mean, you've won so many this year. Where does that come from?
Well, it comes from all the second place finishes that I've had that have been close. Like Vegas last year with Burton and myself. I mean, there's been races where I probably could have won that I've given up, whether it's been on the last lap or the last 10 laps or 5 laps or whatever it might have been. It's just guys get a little bit better at the end of the race than I do or whatever, and we don't keep up with the racetracks, or we have bad pit calls or whatever. So, I mean, there's been plenty that I'm sure Jimmy Johnson has given up in those guys, but, not one that I felt like that I gave up there on that restart. I got in the corner, I felt like at my own pace, and got back to the gas, got a little bit tight there, but Jimmy was already to my outside, and I was like, dang, almost to my outside there, and then down the back he pulled low and almost got beside me getting into 3, and I just got loose getting into 3 in front of him. But there on that last restart, I was able to pull a Jimmy Johnson on himself, sort of, and it worked out somehow.